Hello one and all, and welcome back to the Chelsea FC Save with me, Frew FM. It's episode 35, and today we play a Champions League double-header. Right then, so we left off on the Bournemouth game, and the two games that we played in between were against Brighton and Arsenal. One in the Carabao Cup, which we won 3-2. It was not a straightforward game in the slightest. Brighton actually took a 2-0 lead, and it took us until the 40th minute to reply after the Alan Pulido's 22nd minute second goal. And then, as you can see, Andrea Bellotti actually only equalised in the 86th minute before he scored in the 91st, and then eventually won us the game. Then we played an away game against Arsenal in the Premier League, who have always been a bit of an issue for us when we're playing away from home. So I changed a few things around, dropped our defensive line a little bit deeper, stopped closing down, things like that. It seemed to work, but we didn't really create much. As you can see, Alvaro Morata picked up an injury. N'Golo Kante got himself booked. But other than that, the game was pretty eventless, in all honesty. There was no chances really either way. 0-0, probably a fair reflection. And, a draw away at Arsenal isn't the worst result in the world. So today then is the day of the Champions League doubleheader in Champions League Group H. So we've got Galatasaray and Monaco, both away games. Galatasaray obviously with a very famous stadium and a very famous vociferous fan base, so that should be a tough game away in Turkey. They always seem to be. So what we're going to do is play the Galatasaray game, play the Brighton and Newcastle games behind the scenes, and then come back for the Monaco game. So let's get into that then. Okay, so this is the team we're going to go with to play against Galatasaray away at the Ali Sami Yenspor Kompleksi in Istanbul, I assume that is. We're going to go with Courtois in goal, Azpilicueta, Delete, Zuma and Shaw, Jorginho, Kante and Denis Suarez as the three in midfield, giving Nabil Fekir a bit of a rest. He's only got 92% condition, so I know a couple of the players are a little bit tired, so we've gone for a little bit of rotation. Anthony Martial on the left as opposed to Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard just hasn't been the same player since his massive injury, and it's really disappointing because obviously he's a world-class player and you want him to do well, but he's just not performed for us since that injury. Then we've got Quincy Promes on the right-hand side, where Willian would usually be again. Promes has proved a good backup for Willian this season so far. I've been pleased with what he's been able to contribute. Obviously got that double against Bournemouth, so and Andrea Bellotti up front as well. So that is the team to play Galatasaray. Submitting the team. So not only are Galatasaray going with sort of a little bit of a strange narrow formation in which hopefully we can exploit a little bit with our width. They've actually got quite a few ex-Premier League players dotted about in there, so you can see Matteo Darmian's there in right back. Ragnar Klavan is playing in left back, so hopefully that, we all know Ragnar Klavan didn't really work at Liverpool. Ryan Babel, another former Liverpool player, and Bafetim Bigomis, the former Swansea striker, leads the line for them. But yeah, it's a strange 4-2-3-1 formation, very narrow. Hopefully we can exploit the flanks. Never really used this, so I'm going to say it's all over to you now. Have a good one tonight. Yeah, this is listening. We're going to give them a bit of faith. Believe what it takes, and there we go. Let's get into the game. So walking out, actually, it's a corner tunnel. It's not the usual tunnel straight on the side. You see, it's a massive stadium there from Galatasaray. I'm not sure what the real name is for this stadium, but it's obviously quite a famous stadium. As Galatasaray come forward here with it straight away, Matteo Darmian, and he does nothing with it. So yeah, but yeah, it looks like a pretty big stadium, and I'm just unsure of what the actual name of it is, because I don't think that's its real name. What it was saying on the match preview before about the complexy bit. Azpilicueta now knocks one in. Klavan away. Yasin Öztekin also gets it away. Azpilicueta now down the right hand side, passes back infield to Jorginho. Suarez loses out in that midfield, and that's usually where Fekir would be so good. Here comes Darmian. Galatasaray on the attack. Fernando. Klavan down the left hand side, and he's giving it away. Promes. Can we counter? Shaw. Considered build-up and quite a lengthy highlight here as Luke Shaw comes forward with it. Great ball into Bellotti, and he slots it away. He beslotties it away. Sorry about that. That was terrible. But anyway, yeah, he does slot it away, and Luke Shaw with the assist. It was a nice ball into him, actually. See, Shaw comes forward with it and then just drives it into Bellotti. Lovely take, lovely finish, right into the corner. Nothing the goalkeeper could do about that. We do take the lead after 10 minutes. It's actually proven to be quite a dominant performance from us, and Valencia actually take the lead against Monaco. So it's actually quite essential that we win this game now that we drew against Valencia. But obviously Galatasaray beat Monaco in the first game as well, so Monaco potentially aren't the team that, the team of a couple of years ago that got to the Champions League semi-finals, knocked Manchester City out, they've knocked Arsenal out in the past. It's maybe not the same team, but we seem to be dominating this game. And as Martial comes forward, drifts inside as he likes to do, we've lost it. Belotti again, Andrea Belotti, and he's scored again. It's a double from Andrea Belotti with an assist from Denis Suarez in Turkey, and I'm happy with a double from Andrea Belotti after 17 minutes. Nice one. See, Martial comes forward with it, drives forward, gets tackled by Serdar. Suarez just knocks it into Belotti, who kind of rounds the keeper, I guess. Kinda. And then slots it away. But I'm not complaining. 2-0. That's Piliqueta with a throw-in for Promes. And Belotti, I think, hit the bar there. It's a really strange kind of effort. The Belotti and the defender were kind of all mingled into one. And but we're 2-0 up, looking comfortable. Anthony Martial picks himself up a booking. I can see we've got the match stats duplicated here, so we'll put the league table on there. So that's what the Champions League table looks like. It looks like Valencia are obviously beating Monaco where they are 2-0. Musa Maraga's just made it 2. Denis Suarez. What a goal from Denis Suarez. That is an absolute scorcher. Nice. Promes played it in. Zuma kind of nodded it down. Suarez took a touch. Bash. Top corner. Top bin, sunshine. That's Piliqueta. It's gone awfully well, I have to say. Considering our first game against Valencia was quite the... it's a penalty and Andrea Belotti will take it. Considering the first game was quite a struggle against Valencia, we didn't really create much. We're away against Galatasaray. Belotti, and he does get his hat-trick. Fabulous stuff. That's his 10th goal of the season already. I mean... Seems like a pretty decent signing now, doesn't he, boys? But Belotti stuck the corner once again. Top bins. The goalkeeper cannot get to that top corner of the net. He just doesn't like it. So, and we've got another highlight. Is Martial going to get sent off? No. Nice one. Jorginho. Kante! Oh, it's the bar. Promes now picks it up. Belotti has hit the post. Hit the bar and the post within seconds, and Belotti almost had his 4th goal in the highlight ends there. Oh, that was incredible. Half time now, I can't quite believe it's 4-0, but we've been excellent in this first half. As you can see, so Valencia are beating Monaco 2-0, so that actually is probably good for us in a way, because it doesn't kind of tighten the group up, I guess. But I don't really know, to be honest, at this stage. It's very early doors. We've got Monaco to play next, so that'll probably shape the group a bit more. Right, then let's get into the second half. Very pleased with the performance. Keep it going, lads. Maybe it was the team talk at the start. I've never used that one before, but they seem to have responded to it, so nice. Right, second half's underway then. Damian. See where that's going, can't you? He always does the same thing. Ragnar Klavan. Wow. Serdar Aziz is on a 5.0. I haven't seen one of those for quite some time. That is a really low rating though, even for like Football Manager. That's low. We're going to make some substitutions. Got Loftus-Cheek on the bench who can come on for Kante, and I think we'll also bring Matteo Guendouzi on for Jorginho to provide him with a bit of rest. We needn't strain ourselves too much in this game. It's Loftus-Cheek now, picks it up. Lovely ball into Suarez. Back to Shaw. Loftus-Cheek, again, considered build-up from us as it has been for the past couple of seasons now. Guendouzi to Suarez again, and is that another woodwork? Promes again, is that another woodwork? Who knows? We've had a bit of a woodwork bonanza, haven't we? It's been a bit of a through ball frenzy, if I do say so myself. Monaco have pulled one back against Valencia. Got another highlight, Younes Belhanda. Fernando. Is that the Fernando... Manchester City Fernando that used to play for them in Porto? Could be, don't know. Aaron, I'm assuming that is Aaron Derdiok. But Galatasaray do come forward. Can they actually create something? Gary Rodriguez, Derdiok, and it's wide. Still haven't got a shot on target, but they probably should have done better with that. Time is just drifting away. This 80 minutes gone now, and I think we'll probably make our last substitution after this highlight, obviously now. Promes comes forward. That's really poor from Promes. Probably a bit of complacency. What a tackle, though, from Cesar Azpilicueta, who's not one for complacency. I wouldn't have thought. Here is Azpilicueta. Promes again, causing problems. Belotti, he's got a 4th goal. Andrea Belotti with his 4th of the game. If you've watched Dr. Benji's series, I think it was, I'm not sure which series it was now, but I think it was Parma Drama. Where he always said if somebody scored 4 goals, it was a rivy. So Belotti's got himself a rivy in Dr. Benji land. Shout out to my man Dr. Benji. He's a good Football Manager YouTube creator. go and check out some of his stuff. Obviously, after you've checked out mine. But yeah, he's a really good creator. It's all over. It's 5-0. Extremely comfortable. I was not expecting that, to be honest. It's probably thanks to what was a dominating performance from Denis Suarez and Quincy Promes, as well as Belotti, obviously, with his 4 goals, but an assist from Shaw and Zuma, which you don't get assists from centre-backs too often, but Zuma was excellent, and 5-0 is a really, really positive result away at Galatasaray, a really difficult place to come. We've come through it, back on track in the Champions League, we should say, really. Right then, let's get on to the Monaco game. Right then, so we are back for the Monaco game. I didn't realise that there was a massive gap. There was a 14-day gap between the Brighton and Newcastle game, international break, as you do, but as you can see, there were very underwhelming results. This one against Brighton, we were absolutely dominant in. If you have a look at the match stats, absolutely dominant in, got FM'd. What can you do about it, really? Eden Hazard got man of the match, but he didn't really do anything in the game. Belotti was poor, missed quite a few chances. We didn't put our chances away and we paid for it in the end. We lapsed concentration in the last few minutes, and Edmilson Fernandez scored off a free kick. So it wasn't a free kick, it was a free kick into the box, and then by knockout, and then Fernandez nodded it in to make it 1-1. So we drew that 1-1 when we really didn't deserve to. We deserved to win. Rotated the squad quite a bit, as you can see. It was a good performance. That wasn't too worrying. It was just we lapsed concentration and our finishing was poor. This one against Newcastle, however, was a very, very even game, and Newcastle actually had 2 clear-cut chances to our 1. And I don't know whether it was absolutely pouring down with rain. We were away at obviously at St James's Park, which is a difficult place to go. Willian got himself a goal again with the only goal of the game for us. Belotti was really good in the game but didn't get a goal. It's a bit worrying now because Andrea Belotti's now got 1 goal in 8 games in the league, but somehow managed to score 11 in 13 in all competitions. So strange one for Belotti, but never mind. Hopefully he can start picking up in the league soon. So yeah, they were our results in between the games between Galatasaray and Monaco, but obviously very underwhelming. So that leaves us sitting in 5th position. You can see it's not a disastrous start, but we are already 9 points behind Manchester United, as they've obviously been ridiculously good. They're very overpowered in this game. They've been ridiculously good, but since they have signed Harry Kane, 24 points for 8 games with a 16 goal difference. Liverpool up there as well. Seems to be a bit of a gap emerging there. Hopefully we can start to pick our league form up and do a little bit better as we go along. So the team to play Monaco looks like this. Again, a little bit of rotation, mainly in the wing areas. So we've got Martial and Promes coming in. Our usual Peter Slice of Fekir Kante and Jorginho. Belotti up front. Tini, Christensen, Delete and Azpilicueta. So it is actually just in the 2 wing positions that we've rotated there. But yeah, hopefully we can pick a positive result up against Monaco and really, embed our position in 1st or 2nd place in this group and get through the Champions League group stage. So they are going with the same formation as us, and it's the formation actually that we've struggled against in the last 2 games. Newcastle played this formation, and also Brighton played the same one, but with 2 defensive midfielders and a central midfielder. So, very, very difficult formation obviously for us to play against. Might have to change things up a little bit if things aren't going to plan. But David De Gea in goal for Monaco, that's very strange. They've obviously still got Fabinho, still got Thomas Lemar, Casemiro, our Emerson, Mario right back. Very, very good team. Deulofeu, Balde and Simone Zaza up front. Very, very good Monaco team. Let's put them to the sword. Monaco have lost all their last 2 games. I expect us to pile on them. Is a really nice one. See what we can do. It's going to be a hard result. Alright, and then so we're in the Stade Louis II today, I assume, for the Monaco game, as they get us underway now, and Deulofeu gives it away straight away but wins it back. Yeah, so we'll have the league table up there. It keeps going back to match stats. I'm not sure why. League table, yeah. So Monaco actually haven't won a game yet. So inevitably that means that they will win this one. And I forgot to mention before, when we drew with Newcastle 1-1, and the game was very even, as if they were a really good side. They were bottom of the damn table, as always seems to happen. So never mind. We've got a highlight. Casemiro to Lemar, Fabinho, Lemar. And Azpilicueta mops that one up. Now Delete. Jorginho as the register in there, just dropping deep, receiving the ball. Kante. Promes. What can Promes do? Gives it to Fekir in field. Now to Belotti, linking up the player nicely. Belotti goes all the way, but he pops it wide. Highlight now, deep in our half, Casemiro, and we win the ball back, and that's good pace there shown from Kieran Tierney to outpace Thomas Lemar. Fekir on the counter-attack, can he square it? He needs to square it, he didn't, and he could have took it further. Very greedy boy. We are dominating this game, seems to be obviously Monaco going to be coming out to attack us more than Newcastle and Brighton did, so that will obviously have an effect on how the game goes, because we'll get more chances to counter-attack. But nothing much really happening, to be honest, and again we're struggling against the weaker side in this group, as Valencia do take the lead against Galatasaray. Thomas Lemar's picked up an injury and Tielemans has had to come on, not a bad replacement, but we actually haven't had a shot on target, and both sides have been pretty poor in this first half. We have had 61% of possession, however, but that really wasn't a fantastic half, and I'm just a little bit worried about our form so far. It really hasn't happened for Belotti, to be honest, and obviously his replacement is Alvaro Morata, so if it doesn't happen for Belotti, we're pretty screwed in all reality. We're going to say if we can get a goal, I make us favourites to win. Just tell Belotti I'm not happy with his finishing, and bam into the second half. Right, I was going to change things up there, but we have got highlights, so I'll do that afterwards. So Mario throws it in for Zaza. It's bashed away by Delete. Belotti picks it up in front of De Vrij. Great determination there from Belotti. He's played through for Kino, he hasn't. De Vrij picks it back up, and De Gea can get it up the pitch. It's headed by Delete though, and Fekir comes again. Here's Andrea Belotti. He's going to shoot. He is, and he's placed it past De Gea. And Andrea Belotti, just after we said we weren't happy with his finishing, it's put a stick up his arse, and he's managed to. Is that a thing? I don't know if that's a thing. It sounds weird now. But anyway, he's slotted it past David De Gea, which is no mean feat in itself. So drifted past, and there we go. Slotted through by Nabil Fekir as well, which is nice. Got another highlight for Kieran. Belotti again. Probably should have doubled his tally there. Highlight on 61 minutes then. Fekir. Kante. Is he going to hit one? No. Plays it to Martial. Kante. Martial again finding some space. Anthony Martial drifts inside. Belotti again, and he's now got 6 goals in 2 games in the Champions League. It is crazy. He can't buy a goal in the league, but he's absolutely destroying the Champions League. And we take a 2-0 lead against Monaco away from home, and this should see us on level points with Valencia, I think. Yes, it does. So we're both on 7 points. As there's another piece of play here to unfold as Keita Balde comes up with it. I don't know why Azpilicueta has gone so narrow there. As Emerson comes forward, it's really well dealt with. Deulofeu, but Courtois, he probably should have done better at his near post there, and Monaco do grab one back. I don't know why Cesar Azpilicueta, if we just take that back a little bit, I'm not sure how you do it. Yeah, so if we just look at how this goal came about, just do a little bit of tactical analysis here. So you've got Kante doing some closing down on Keita Balde. Azpilicueta there does not need to go to engage Keita Balde with the ball. Kante's got it covered, and then these guys are also covered in the middle. So there's no need for Azpilicueta to come across there. He does. Leaves this space wide open for Emerson to just run into. Delete's not looking at it. He doesn't need to. Delete hasn't got a man. He doesn't need to. That there is Christensen's man. Zaza is Christensen's man, so he doesn't need to worry about what's in here. He could come across, he doesn't. Azpilicueta shouldn't have gone in there, and then it leaves all this space. Look, and then he thinks, you know what? I need to start jogging back here, so he does. But what a ball that is played by João Moutinho. Somebody like João Moutinho is not gonna miss the chance to put an exquisite pass into this space here. Emerson picks it up. Azpilicueta is in no man's land, and as it comes across, it's actually well dealt with in the first instance there as we get it clear. It was a decent head from Delete. Jorginho's clearance probably could have been better. But once again, João Moutinho with another great pass. I'm not sure why Tini's so narrow once again. But Deulofeu's in all sorts of space, and he just slots it home. Courtois should be getting beat at his near post, however. So we've got another chance. And surely Deulofeu's not going to be sent off for that. That is harsh. That is hard. That was really harsh. Shouldn't have got sent off for that, but never mind, I'm not complaining. We're actually going to get Jorginho off now for who can play defensive midfield. Kante can go in there, and we'll get Denis Suarez on, and we'll also get Willian on. 75. 80 minutes gone now, and it looks like we're still controlling the game, but Monaco have always got that chance. That's a really terrible throw. I hate it when that happens to me. Belotti, great tackle by Casemiro. Tielemans, Keita Balde driving forward, and that is a really strange effort from Keita Balde. Oh no, Monaco have got a corner. It's headed away. Martial should have just took it down. He had loads of time. Ronnie Lopez, Gianmartino, Katie Balde. For sure, I thought that was going to be a penalty. It looked like a good tackle in there actually from Tini. Willian's coming forward. Can he square it? He does. Belotti, and it's 3-1. Andrea Belotti with a hat-trick. Is that a hat-trick? I think that's definitely a hat-trick, isn't it? Why is he doing it so much in the Champions League, but he can't score in the Premier League? I just don't get it. He's playing against better opposition in the Champions League, presumably. You know, when he's playing against the likes of Newcastle and Brighton, you would have thought Monaco and Valencia would be tougher opposition, and Galatasaray, you know, but never mind. It's 3-1. I'm not going to complain. We'll just make a little time-wasting substitution, so we'll get Luke Shaw on for Kieran Tierney, who's on a yellow card. Right, then that looks to be that, and it's 3-1. Very good result against Monaco. All seems to be going well in the Champions League, but league form's a little bit worrying. We just need to make sure that we sort of consolidate and come back from those two draws. Those are the types of games that you would really expect us to win if we're going to win the title. I'm not too bothered about winning the title this season as long as we have a good showing in the Champions League to sort of finish the series off. So, great result against Monaco. Even better result against Galatasaray. Fantastic stuff. Hat-trick for Andrea Belotti after he scored 4 goals in the first game against Galatasaray. So let's crack on. Efforts were excellent. Very nice victory. Well done. Away against Monaco. Chuffed with a 3-1 result there. 1.33 million. Belotti on form. Let's praise him. He was superb in front of goal. And Christensen's getting watched by Monaco. Of course he was watched by Monaco. We were playing against them. Oh my God, Football Manager, you need to sort this out sometimes. Of course he was going to be watched by them. We played against them. That's just idiotic, I say. Right then, so I think we're going to actually play through quite a little bit now and probably come back for the Valencia away leg. Because then we have got some games coming up that are going to be quite important. This home game against Liverpool, I think we might do a double header against Liverpool and Valencia. But that does bring us to the end of the episode. A good 3-1 victory and a 5-0 win against Galatasaray. Not too bad. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please do drop me a like, comment, subscribe. I'll be most humbled. Thank you very much. Also, just before you go check out my Football Manager 2019 new features video. I'm very excited about the game and the new features that seem to have been implemented. One thing I didn't talk about was VAR and goal line technology. Obviously, it's common sense. I think, you know, it probably should have been implemented in the last game, but these things take time. I understand that. And they want to get it right in the game as well, so I'm happy with that they've been implemented it as, you know, as far as a simulation goes. You can't say fairer than that, really, can you? Thanks everybody now. Bye bye.